Well, I never thought I'd be making a video like this, but today I'm going to do a rant/review on the Discovery Family channel. For those who don't know what the Discovery Family channel is, well, let me go ahead and do a side story on what the channel was. When the channel first launched back in October 7th, 1996, it was originally known as Discovery Kids. Now, I don't remember much of the programming back around 1996. I didn't start watching the network until 2005-ish, when they had shows like Tracy McBean, Tuttenstein, Kenny the Shark, Time Warp Trio, Train Spaces Boys vs. Girls, Flight 29 Down, and a few others, which later came around up until October 10, 2010. Also, before I forget, there was also Ready, Set, Learn on Discovery Kids, which was also on TLC, of course, but you probably knew that. And Ready, Set, Learn actually ended on Discovery Kids around September 9th or 8th, one of those 2 days, back in 2010. And I'm surprised it ended on Discovery Kids that late. I thought it would end sooner than that. I guess I was wrong in many counts. So, let me just say about Ready, Set, Learn. They had good programming. In fact, I made a top 5 video about it. You can check the description if you want to check that out. So, let's move on back onto the main subject. On October 10th, 2010, or 10-10-10 to be more specific, the hub was launched. It replaced Discovery Kids. The last ever show on Discovery Kids was Kenny the Shark. They did a marathon of that show until they switched over to the hub. They had shows like Pound Puppies, Aquabots, Chuck and Friends, Dan Versus, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which is one of my favorites, Strawberry Shortcake, and several others. They also had game shows like Family Game Night and Picturica when the network first came out. And later on the year, of course, they also had aired classics like Fraggle Rock, the original Batman, Laverne and Shirley, which I wish MeTV would put back on their schedule. They also had awesome animated shows like Atomic Betty that used to be on Cartoon Network. They had Batman Beyond and several other shows that... Oh, and I almost forgot about Gem and the Holograms. I can't believe I almost forgot about that. And let's not forget Dan Versus. That was one of my favorite shows on the hub. I really miss that show. There should have been a 4th season, but they never made a 4th season. And on October 13th, 2014, the unthinkable happened. On October 13th, 2014, the Discovery Family channel was born. What do I think of this channel? I'm not happy with it. Then again, the reason why they gave Discovery Communications back the percentage to Discovery was because, well, they were having troubles with their Oprah Winfrey Network, which, to be honest, is bull in my opinion. I think they should have not worried about it and focused on the other channels except for the hub. I think Discovery Family should have stayed as the hub. While Discovery Family did keep some shows, only they didn't keep the shows like Aquabots, Dan Versus, Gem and the Holograms, Fraggle Rock, even Alf, which I'm glad MeTV picked up that channel. That's why I love MeTV right now. It's one of my favorite channels. But they also threw out Sister Sister and most of the shows that aired in the prime time. At least they kept some of the Hasbro original shows like Chuck and Friends, Friendship is Magic, Littlest Pet Shop, Transformers, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, Strawberry Shortcake. They kept those, but they pretty much threw out Family Game Night. They did have it on their schedule, but they don't show it. Discovery Family, what the heck? Where's Family Game Night? Where's Picturica? They took Picturica off when it became Discovery Family. I was mad when I found that out. And the Game of Life, which not many people liked, which I don't blame them for that, so yeah. And the new Scrabble Showdown show, I watched it on Discovery Family. I wish I had the hub sooner, then I would have gave my thoughts back in the day, but I only had the local stations, or basic cable. It was on the higher end packages, so yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at the current programming that Discovery Family is airing as of the time I'm making this video. Starting at 5 in the morning for Discovery Family. I live in the Mountain Time Zone, so it says 3 o'clock, but in Eastern it'd be 5 o'clock in the morning. We've got G.I. Joe. This is for Sunday. Blazing Team, Chuck and Friends, Transformer Rescue Bots, The Zack Storm, Friendship is Magic. You got 6 episodes of those. Littlest Pet Shop, Transformer Rescue Bots. Then after around noon, which would be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's where they start doing the Discovery Family programming. You got Pitmaster Barbecues, Fabulous Cakes, Ultimate Cake Off, Next Great Baker, Cake Boss. Yeah. And you got movies, which the movies are okay, but then we get back to the really uninteresting shows. Candy Queen, Cake Off, Our Little Family, Honey, We're Killing the Kids, Cake Boss, and Kitchen Boss. Then back at 3 Mountain, 5 Eastern, they go back to the Hub programming. Then it's for Mondays, so basically the only difference is for the weekdays, you got Pound Puppies on at 9:30 and 10. Then 10:30, Friendship is Magic. There's only like half of the episodes. But Littlest Pet Shop, but you got more Friendship is Magic on the weekdays. And on the weekdays, the Discovery stuff starts at 5 p.m. instead of 4 like on the weekends. On Mondays, you got Monster Bug Wars, Weird, Wild, and Deadly, Cake Boss, Game of Homes, more Cake Boss, Game of Homes, Cake Boss, up until, and Kitchen Boss, then back to the good shows. Then you got basically Swimming with Monsters, Undercover Boss on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you got What Not to Wear. On Thursday, you got Dinosaurs, The Untold Story, and Prehistoric. And Friday, it's movie night, as of the time I'm making this video. So, overall, the Discovery Family programming, the daytime stuff from 3 Mountain, 5 Eastern, to 4 Eastern, 2 Mountain, or on weekdays, it's to basically 2 Mountain and 4 Eastern. Aside from that, everything else in between the Discovery stuff is mostly garbage, except for the movies. The movies, they're okay, but for the programming like this stuff, it's garbage. That's what I have to say about the current scheduling. Now let's get back on the why I think Discovery Family should rebrand back into, well, the Hub. There's my opinion on the scheduling for Discovery Family. I'm okay with the programming from 3 a.m. Mountain, which would be 5 Eastern, to 2 p.m. on weekends, which would be 4 p.m. Eastern, and basically 3 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Eastern on weekdays. The stuff after that, it's garbage. I'm not happy with it. Even though they have some shows like I like Cake Boss, Undercover Boss, and a few of those shows, they don't belong on this network. They belong on TLC and a few other stations. What needs to happen is Discovery Communications needs to give that 20% or at least 30% of their profit back to Hasbro so they can relaunch the Hub and make the schedule like the way it's supposed to be, with primetime classic shows like they had in the past. I actually enjoyed those shows, unlike the most modern garbage they have these days. Well, of course, some people who are haters would be saying, "Hey, you just want the Hub back because you're a brownie, blah." I will admit I do like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, but that's only 40% of the reason why I want the Hub to come back. That's right, 40% of the reason why the Hub should come back. Friendship is Magic is only 40% of the reason why I think Discovery Family should shut down and the Hub Network should come back. I bet you're wondering what that 60% of why the Hub should come back, right? I bet you're thinking to yourself why that is. Well, actually, the remaining 60% is split up, but they are important reasons why I think the Hub should come back as well. 45% goes to the awesome game shows they had, like Family Game Night, Picturica, the Game of Life, and Scrabble Showdown. Even though the Game of Life is the worst out of the bunch, I still find it enjoyable. You spin a giant wheel, you answer trivia questions by driving a car. It's really fun watching them driving and stuff. Though to be honest, Frank Nicotero was okay on the Game of Life, but this was his show. Street Smarts. Basically, you get two contestants trying to figure out who knew it, who blew it, and stuff like that. Figuring out who got it right and who got it wrong. This was a fun show, Street Smarts. Not family friendly, but this was his show. In fact, I recommend looking up Street Smarts if I were you. As for the remaining 15%, that belongs to both Discovery Kids and, of course, Dan Versus, which, to be honest, this was one of my favorite shows on the Hub. I wish it never got discontinued after a third season. There should have been at least 7 seasons of Dan Versus. And I love those crossovers, basically, where Pinkie Pie invades Dan Versus. That was a good commercial. I really liked them a lot. Well, at least there's people doing Flufflepuff doing that sort of, so. Not so lost, but it'd be nice if we had more Dan Versus. Also, if you think My Little Pony Friendship is Magic's the only girlish show I enjoy, you're wrong, because I actually like Littlest Pet Shop as well. I don't know why people don't care for this show. As for figurines, the older ones with the bobbly heads, those were awesome. The new ones that in this day and age, not so much. But for the TV show, the current one is way better than that horrible 90s version. I watched the clip of the 90s version. I hated it. I'm sorry. I just never cared for that version. But between Friendship is Magic and Littlest Pet Shop, of course I have to go for Friendship is Magic. Mainly because that started first. But if Littlest Pet Shop started first, then it'd be a totally different story. However, if Discovery Family switched over to Discovery Kids, would I have a problem with that? No. If they brought back some of the shows that I liked that I mentioned earlier on Discovery Kids, that being Ready, Set, Learn, Tuttenstein, Kenny the Shark, Tracy McBean, Trading Spaces, Flight 29 Down, Endurance, all those shows that aired back on Discovery Kids back in the day, I'm okay with this change as well. There you have it, my thoughts on Discovery Family. The daytime programming is okay, but afternoon, primetime stuff, it doesn't belong on this network. It's like airing a bunch of Nick at Night shows on Nick Jr. Or in this case, Nick Mom on Nick Jr., if any of you remember that. It's like putting The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Friends, and a few other shows that air on Nick at Night on Nick Jr. around the daytime. That wouldn't work out now, would it? I didn't think so. That's just an example, so. Thanks for watching. This is KeepMimi25 signing off. If you want me to do a separate video on the Hub and Discovery Kids, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. And I promise a video on Universal Kids / Sprout in another video, so stay tuned for that.